how to write a song from a poem? Well, you're in the right place. Keep watching and I'm going to show you just that. For the best tips about songwriting, subscribe to my channel. Make sure and hit the bell so you're notified every Tuesday and Thursday when I upload a new video. If you write poems and would just love to turn those poems into lyrics for songs, then keep watching. I'm going to show you how to do just that because I've done it over and over. I, like you, write a lot of poetry, but I'm also a songwriter, so sometimes I like to marry the two. I'm going to show you how to do just that and also give you strategies for coming up with more titles and ideas for both your poems and your songs. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to go from poem to lyric. And then the next video, which I'll upload 2 days later, is about setting those lyrics to music. I'm going to start with a poem I wrote over a decade ago now. It's called Get Around Girl. Get around girl. Challenging the world. Running into fires, jumping off cliffs, sometimes halfway hoping to plunge into the abyss. Just to see what's there, because nothing's empty, even when it can't be seen. You can hear it, smell it, feel it, taste it, sense it. So nothing's nothing. There's always something, it means. So the get around girl goes at it unfurled, unfettered, untethered, not regretting one day. If you ask why she does it, she'll say there's only one way. That's to live every moment and experience love. Not frightened of judgments or being struck down from above. You can only love completely and never halfway. No, I'm trying, I'm thinking, it might maybe hit me one day. And that means you get hurt, but you can never bruise deep. You have to shake yourself off, jump in with 2 feet, do everything fully because life is today. There's only one rule and here it is. Breathe your own way. So the first thing I need to do is decide, what's my title for the song? What's my jumping off strategy? I don't really like Get Around Girl. I don't think that phrase will easily work itself into a title that really explains the overall idea for the song. But what I do really love, what jumps out at me is that last line, breathe your own way. Because to me, this poem is all about being an individual, doing things because it's the way you want to do it, you need to do it, not following the constraints of other people in society. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to title this song, Breathe Your Own Way. Now, lyrics and poems are very different in a lot of ways, but the primary way is that song lyrics have very distinct structure. They really do follow a song form, and that song form is number one, the most important thing to keep in mind when writing a song. If you want to see more about that, check out this video. So the form I'm going to go with for this song is verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. So my main sections of a song are going to be the verse, the pre-chorus, the chorus, and the bridge. So I need to write those 4 sections, and the verse I'm going to have 2 of. So really I'm coming up with 5 sections. So the biggest pitfall I could fall into is being too wordy, because this poem has a lot of words, and the way songs are structured, they have repeated sections. So if I was going to get all of the words in the poem into this song, I'd have to create a lot of verses to make it happen. So instead, I need to focus on what my main idea is in this song, and then which lines in the poem really jump out at me as important lines that I really want in this song. So I'm going to take a look at that first, and I'm going to bold the lines that just speak to me and say, this gets across my message and I like the language. So some lines that really jump out at me are running into fires, jumping off cliffs, plunge into the abyss, just to see what's there. Hear it, smell it, feel it, taste it. Untethered, not regretting, struck down from above. You get hurt, never bruise deep. Jump in with 2 feet, and of course, breathe your own way. So I know I'm going to pull those lines out and put them in my song. The next thing I need to do is decide what rhyme pattern I'm going to use in my verses. So if you want to know all about rhyme patterns in verses, I have a playlist that addresses that thoroughly, so go check that out. I've decided to go with what really is the most popular rhyme pattern in modern songs, and that's AABB in verses. So the first 2 lines are going to rhyme, and then the second 2 lines are going to rhyme. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper and just sort of map that out. First verse, I want to rhyme jumping off cliffs with plunging into the abyss. And then I want to rhyme running into fires with something. But I haven't pulled out a line that rhymes with that, so I'm gonna leave it for now. Then in the second verse, I'm gonna put the two lines together. Untethered, not regretting. But I think we're gonna make it something about no more tether, no regret, something like that. At the end, I wanna rhyme, jumping with 2 feet and never bruise deep. That second line here, I don't know what it's gonna be. I'll play with that later. Now, on my final verse, I don't have a whole lot left that I know I wanna throw in there. I haven't really found a place for struck down from above. I wanna put that in, but I'm gonna leave the rest of that verse for now. I'll play with it later because I wanna see how everything else falls into place. Now, reading this first verse, we're jumping off cliffs, plunging into the abyss, running into fires. So I think at this point the question starts to present itself. Why? So I grabbed my rhyming dictionary and I played with fire. I wanted to see what rhymes with that. I'll put a link to the songwriter's rhyming dictionary that I absolutely love in the description below. So what jumped out at me was desire. So somehow there's this desire to do all these wild things, jumping off cliffs and plunging into the abyss, running into fire. So I'm gonna plug desire there. We'll let that sit for a minute. In the next part of this verse, I've got that second line that's empty. So I'm starting with no tether, no regret. So again, I looked for a rhyme for regret, and what I really liked was yet. Something about how, why would I regret all this? Like I've barely even gotten started yet. I'm still not really ready to address that final verse. I think ultimately what it's gonna talk about, why I think you should just be free. The bridge is gonna have a similar purpose, but the bridge is gonna give more backstory. So you'll see. Now this next step is a little tricky because we need to talk about the rhythm of the lines. Remember, we're gonna be setting this to music. So we need the lines in various parts of the verse to flow at the same rhythm so that we can have a little bit of repetition in our melody, because that's what hooks listeners and makes them feel safe. I played around to come up with a flow for the first 2 lines of the first verse because I can use those as my guide. Leaping blind off every cliff, plunging straight to the abyss. If you count in 4s, leaping blind off every cliff, plunging straight to the abyss. So the first line, I'm coming in on the first beat. That second line, I'm not going to come in till the second. Leaping blind off every cliff, plunging straight to the abyss. Pulled every time into the fire. I drug this wild desire. You can do it one at a time. You can also do it strumming and creating the melody as you create the lyric. But I know that some of you are just lyricists and know that you can do it, but you do need to keep in mind that beat. This is a 4/4 beat we're doing, and it has to fit within that for a singer to be able to sing it. I'm gonna write the pre-chorus yet, and I'm kind of excited because I have not used one of my favorite lines yet, and that was the line, hear it, smell it, feel it, taste it. And I think that's such a great lead up to the title line, breathe your own way. So if we're talking about you gotta taste the air, I just really like that. So I'm gonna make this pre-chorus just 2 lines. I'm gonna make them rhyme each other, not worry about anything else. And I'm gonna make the lines sort of extend at the end in terms of time. So I wanna talk about the big idea. So we're leading up. The purpose of the pre-chorus is to lead up to the chorus. And the chorus is all about be you, be individual. Breathe your own way. So I'm going with gotta know what's there. Gotta hear it, smell it, taste the air. Okay, it's time for the chorus to just really bring home the main idea of this song. So just like verses, there are structures we follow for choruses. One I'm gonna use today is title, A rhyme, title, A rhyme, title, title rhyme, title. So I'm gonna say, just breathe, breathe your own way, then a line, breathe your own way, then a line, breathe your own way, because there's a last day, breathe your own way. The 2 lines I decided to throw in there are, you might get judged, kicked down in the dirt, really living is worth the hurt. So breathe, breathe your own way. You might be judged, kicked down in the dirt, breathe your own way. Really living's worth the hurt, breathe your own way, because there's a last day, breathe your own way. So that's gonna be my chorus. So the only thing we have left to write is the bridge. The concept of the bridge is that it's a relief from the rest of the song. It's sometimes referred to as the relief. In order to go to the relief, I need to know, what are we saying? I'm gonna explain why this is so important to me. That's what I'm gonna use the bridge for, is personalizing this, because I haven't done a lot of that yet. This time I'm just gonna make the bridge 4 lines that all rhyme each other. I feel it now, I see the light. We're here today, but gone tonight. I wasn't really living life till I held her hand and watched her die. So that's sort of this hit in the gut explanation of, oh, that's where this is coming from. And this realization to the listener, maybe of mortality. Now we've got a complete lyric because we wrote out every section. We just have to line the sections up in order and we can set them to music. Now you've learned how to take a poem and set it as a lyric. What we've learned is it's not as easy as just putting music to your poem, because it really is a specific structure. So make sure to check out some of my other videos that explain that structure and explain these rhyme schemes. And I do have something for you. I have a free ebook called 6 Strategies for Creating Limitless Song Titles. It's also a great jumping off point for poems. Grab that and never run out of topics to write about. If you liked this video, please let me know by liking it. Share it with anyone else that you think might find it helpful. And if you found it helpful, comment helpful below. Happy writing!